Hi everyone, welcome to Legally Yours. I'm incredibly excited today because I'm here with one of our newest members, Rebecca Barron from Barron Family Law. And in this interview, we are here to get to know Rebecca a little bit better. So thank you so much for joining me, Rebecca.
Hello.
It's so lovely to have you here.
It's such a great medium. Like, it's this new frontier that we're all doing things by video and phone, and
Absolutely.
I don't think it will ever go back to how it was.
No, it's the new world order, which I
I
absolutely love. So look, let's get to know
know.
you better. So how long have you actually been practicing law for?
So I've been practicing as a solicitor for 14 years.
Okay.
I'll show my age by saying this, but I'm from the old school of article clerkship. So when I came out of uni, you have to do 5 years of uni because I did 2 degrees.
Yeah.
Another 2 years of slavery, which was called an article clerkship, where we had a master. And my view, the very best training that you could get as a lawyer, because you could make mistakes and you could go to court and you could learn things without the responsibility of being the solicitor.
Absolutely.
So I suppose really I've been at it for about 17 years,
Fantastic.
but I've been able to sign as a solicitor for 14.
Okay, I love it. And I love that reference to articles because I was of that generation too. And and often you would even get thrown into court and told just to
my
slip
first
into a
day,
swim.
walk in.
Yeah.
Off you go, magistrate's court, seek leave to appear, off you try. I was
Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. So tell me now your main areas of expertise. What are you actually practicing in now?
I only practice in family law. So my article clerkship in the first few years of my practice, I was a commercial lawyer because I've also got a commerce degree, which was really lovely and clean. And I thought, what a great way to have a legal career.
Yeah.
But not enough heart in it for me. So about 11 years ago, I started practicing exclusively in family law. So that's anything to do with family law. That's parenting, property, child support, domestic violence, unfortunately. Yeah. And in 2015, I got my accreditation. So I'm a specialist by the Queensland Law Society. Yeah. You can't do much more study than that. So I went as high as I could go. So I figure if you do something, you should do it well.
Oh, love it. Absolutely fantastic. And what was it that drew you to family law? You've mentioned, obviously, commercial wasn't sort of your cup of tea, but what is it that you particularly love about being a family lawyer?
Yeah, the catalyst for me was a client who needed, I was working in a small firm and this client needed some family law advice. The family law partner needed the young lawyer to sort of chip in and do some grunt work, I suppose.
Yeah.
And it was really satisfying. And I thought, you know what, this is an area of law that you can actually make a difference in someone's life. Mortgage documents and leases are great, but they don't have the same impact on someone that's, say, getting one extra night a fortnight with their kids. But that's a massive difference. And it's a real-time life difference. And for me, that was the key. It also means that because I've got a property background and my secondary degree and all those sorts of things, I find myself at a bit of an advantage in property matters than some other family lawyers that don't have the background I do.
Yes.
So I find that really interesting, really challenging, and just, being able to sort of make the most of your toolkit to help your clients out. And that's why I do it. So because there's so much in family law you've got to be across, and it's really challenging and it's really exciting, but it's really important.
Absolutely.
So that's why I do it.
Absolutely love it. And to finish off this interview, if you had to describe your legal career in one movie title, what would it be and why?
Well, I think The War of the Roses. It's it's about a warring couple, which is what I do.
Yeah.
It came out at the end of the 80s, and I'm old enough to have grown up in the 80s.
I watched. I found that movie fascinating when I watched it.
Well, I think if you watch it now, it's very different. I started watching it again last night, going, "Well, that's not really what I remember," but anyway. But there's this great line at the end of it that I sort of have remembered since I've been a lawyer. Danny DeVito says to his client, I'm going to ask you to be generous to the point where you get night sweats when talking about his settlement with this guy's wife. And I thought, you know what, that that's how I want to practice. That's not necessarily the advice I'd give to people, but the idea of not going for the throat if you don't have to. The idea of settling if you can, even if it's uncomfortable. The idea of using your family law or settlement as the way of bookmarking a chapter of your life and moving on.
Yes.
Hopefully not to the point that you're doing any damage,
Yes.
but I think if more of us had the mentality of pushing our clients to an uncomfortable but livable settlement,
yes,
people would be able to get on with their lives so much quicker and so much easier without huge legal fees and all those sorts of things. So, War of the Roses. I love Kathleen Turner.
I love it
Love
too.
Michael Douglas. An 80s movie.
Yeah, love it. I think it sums
There you
it up beautifully. Well, we are so incredibly excited to have you as part of our Legally Yours community.
Me
and
too.
if you would like to connect with Rebecca, you can actually head to our platform at legallyyours.com.au and you will find Rebecca there. Or if you'd like to find out more about the services that Rebecca provides, you can head to bflaw.com.au. Thank you so much for joining me, Rebecca, and thank you so much for watching.